Hello, and welcome to the first episode of my new RuneScape series. I'm going to be playing this account in Taskman mode, which means I can only do activities and training and stuff that's randomly assigned to me by this website. So let's get our first assignment. Looks like our first task is to construct a rope rack at the Baxtorian Falls house. Honestly, not what I expected, but let's get into it. So, this rope rack will be absolutely critical to our account moving forward, probably. So to make the rope rack, we'll need several things. First, level 24 construction to actually build it. Level 24 construction will mostly just require money and planks. Next, we'll need level 15 wood cutting to chop oak trees to get oak logs to turn into oak planks. Lastly, we'll need some ropes, but we can buy those pretty cheap. Wood cutting will be the easiest to start with, so let's just get into it. With wood cutting wrapped up, it's time to get started on 24 construction. First, we'll go to the Stronghold of Security to get some starter cash, and then we'll keep going on to Varrock to talk to the housing agent. While that's underway, I'll explain the rules of the Taskman mode challenge. First off, we're a regular Iron Person account, which means we can't get help from other players or buy stuff from them. Everything we get has to be done by hand or dropped from monsters that we kill. On top of those restrictions, we have Taskman mode. That means we're only allowed to train the skills that are relevant to our current task. For example, right now we're only allowed to train woodcutting and construction. I'm not allowed to, for example, burn the logs I gathered earlier for fire making levels. There are several tiers of tasks, from beginner to easy, medium, and so on, and a special tier called passive tasks. Passive tasks are ones that will just happen with time as we play the game. Once we've achieved a certain number of passive tasks, we'll unlock the easy tier. And then, once a new task is generated, after we finish our current one, it will roll from the beginner and easy tiers. If you're interested in reading the full rules for yourself, I'll have a link in the description. And with all that, we have a house. But we still need 24 construction, and we have almost no money and very few materials. The exception to the skilling rules is farming. I'm allowed to trade farming whenever, because it takes real time for the crops to grow, and it would be a big bummer to get stuck behind a block like that. After planting some potatoes, we're off to acquire planks. Normally, one would chop trees and then go to the sawmill to get planks for 100 gold per plank, but we have no money and a lot of construction levels to train. So we're going to go to a barbarian outpost where there are planks that spawn on the ground. Once we arrive, all I do is collect the 4 planks, switch servers, collect another 4 planks. This goes on for a while. World hopping is not my favorite activity. It's really unimmersive and honestly feels a little bit like cheating to me. However, it's part of the challenge we're doing. I could avoid it by sitting around waiting for the planks to respawn, but that feels even worse than just switching servers and getting planks more quickly. Hopefully we can keep it to a minimum later once we have more levels and resources and stuff. Now that we have a couple hundred planks, we're heading back to Varrock to get some nails I forgot to pick up earlier, and then we're constructing. Both in real life and in game, this is exactly what carpenters do. You attempt to build a chair, you bend all your nails, you finish the chair. Then you destroy the chair, leaving behind the chair ghost. You build another chair. Anyways, after a couple of bent nails, we have 24 construction. I grab the materials needed to build the rope rack, and we head off to Baxtorian Falls to build it. And we're done! First task. Let's see how much progress we've made on the website. Oh. Well, let's see what our next task will be. Looks like we're going to Dinosaur Island. Come back next time to see if we can accomplish more than one task in an episode.